What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today, as you can see, as beautiful scenery behind me, I am in Ruidoso, New Mexico. So this is my get ready with me outside, and I mean this has been done before. I'm sure it's been done better, but I'm going to go ahead and give it an attempt myself. Of course, I can't change the lighting in any way. I can't be held responsible for any of that. So we're just going to do a quick little get ready with me using some of the products I packed, and it's more of my essentials, I would say so, than more than anything. Some of it is new, I believe. I don't know. We'll see. But if you want to see what kind of look we can create in the mountains, then keep on watching. The air up here is a lot drier, so I'm gonna take my Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow. I can't even, so this is so different from like my normal setup because, you know, I have the ring light and I'm closer, but still do. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that. And so the air is a lot drier up here than it is, oh, this is so cold, normally. And if the lighting is weird, I can't be held responsible for that. It is the sun. She is doing her own thing right now, so we're just gonna let her do that. Ooh, but that shine is really coming through. And then I am going to follow it up with the Glow Recipe Niacinamide Dew Drops right here. So it's like 53 degrees outside. It's not super cold. The sun is out, so it's not too bad. But nonetheless, I mean, it's still a little bit cold to be doing your makeup outside. And then I did bring the Mercier Pure Canvas Hydrating Primer. So I knew it was going to be a little bit drier, so I didn't want to bring like a super matte primer and then have everything crack. But as long as I feel like my base is put together, then it should be fine, right? I don't think I brought like a good eye cream, so I'm just going to run that around my eyes as well. So the road is right behind me, so if you do hear the road, then you hear the road. I don't know what to tell you. This is going to be like a little bit more of a laid-back video than I usually am accustomed to, so it'll just be like me and you vibing in the mountains while I do my makeup. Alrighty, I think we're ready for foundation. I brought a couple things for foundation. So I brought my Clinique Even Better Clinical Foundation, and I brought the LA Girl Pro Matte Foundation as well. So I think I'm just going to mix these two together. I'm also on a table, on a deck, outside, so again, the lighting changes, that's really not my problem. I'm just gonna take a pump of that. I'm just gonna take like this Wet n Wild like concealer brush and like mix those two together. That color look good on camera? Who knows? Ooh, actually, it looks a little warm to me. So like the thing with studio lighting is you kind of like have to go a little bit more extreme than you like think you will, because then makeup doesn't show up on camera. So you have to go a little bit darker than, you know, you normally would. Not like super dark, but darker, as I was saying. So this might look a little orange on camera, but it should match in the end. Especially once we get like our concealer and stuff on. It should be good. So we're here in New Mexico, so I'm here with my boyfriend, our mutual friend, and then her boyfriend, and we're just like vibing. So we're just like having a great time, just like soaking everything up. We like rented this like super cute like cabin, and it's like just I'll probably put some footage of that in this video. If not, I'm thinking of making like a vlog. Are vlogs still a thing? Like, are y'all still into vlogs? Like, y'all are gonna have to let me know, because I honestly don't. I feel like I still like watch them, but I don't feel like they're as like popular as they were at one point. You know, the great thing about doing your makeup outside is everything you're gonna see, like, if it's not blended. Like, you're definitely going to figure that out very quickly if it's not blended. So I mean, that's like the plus of like being like outside, I guess. Alright, foundation is on, so I just took that on my beauty blender, of course. I did bring the Anastasia concealer, so I brought that in the shade 8, so I think I'm just going to use that. So I know last time I used this. I went very heavy-handed with it. So I'm gonna try and go a little bit more minimal with it than I did last time, because I was like blending that forever. So I'm gonna take again my beauty blender, and I'm first going to blend out the areas that I'm highlighting more so than anything. Alrighty, and then I'm just going to the pointed part and then hit under the eye. The thing about this concealer is this blends so easily, and it's like so full coverage. So of course, to like not bring my entire like makeup room, I just brought like, you know, a lot of everything. So I didn't bring like, you know, 4 sponges or anything, because usually I'll go in, I think I've shown you guys that I go in with like a smaller sponge under the eye, and then I'll use my beauty blender like everywhere else. Oh my god, there's a huge bug right there. Ah! I also brought Shape Tape. So I brought Shape Tape in the shade Tan, so I can conceal like some blemishes I might have had. Tan is kind of like the closest color to my skin tone. It is still a little bit brighter, but it definitely like does the job of like covering without it looking like I put like a lot of concealer on top of it. Shape Tape is really good to spot conceal. I don't know if anybody knows that, but Shape Tape is super good to spot conceal. Yeah, so that just gives me like that extra bit of coverage that I needed. Before things start to crease, I'm gonna set everything. I brought my Fenty Beauty loose powder, and I'm gonna take that under the eye. Using a loose powder outside when there's like a little bit of a breeze, so we're gonna see how that goes. And then I brought my velvet sponge because I cannot do my makeup without this anymore. I'm gonna dip into that, and with that I'm gonna hit the under eye. Alrighty, so we set that nice and good. Let's go to the other eye. Yeah, there's just like powder flying everywhere. I'm sorry, environment, but alrighty. So we're gonna let that cook for a second. But for the rest of my face, I did bring, of course, my Mercier translucent loose powder. Perfect. God, I just cannot get over that like scenery in the background. Like, isn't that just like amazing? Like, I don't even want to hear me talk. I just want to look at the scenery. But I'm take my Mercier powder, and then I'm just going to put that everywhere I didn't put the Fenty Beauty powder. So the thing, I've said this before in other videos, the thing with like the Fenty Beauty powder is you don't want to let it sit too long because it is a little dry. So I'm just going to take my JH07 brush, which is like this pointed brush. I'm gonna start just like sweeping it off from under my eye, and then I'll kind of just like help blend everything too. So then I think I'm gonna try and spray my face. I don't know how I'm gonna manage to do that here, but we're gonna try. So I have my MAC Fix Plus. I'm going to try and I don't feel like that any of that hit me. I also brought my Hourglass, my soft veil. So I don't want to waste this though, but let's see. Okay, this might be a better move because I have to get like super close to my face in order to like feel anything, so that was better. I also have my Watermelon Edition Red Bull. This is one of the best flavors, besides like the yellow one. I don't know what that one's called, but the yellow one's really good. So now from here we can move on to eyes. I mean, I didn't bring much for eyes because I brought my Jaclyn Hill. Well, I brought 2 Jaclyn Hill palettes. I brought my Jaclyn Hill Volume 2. Then I brought my Jaclyn Hill Divine Neutrals, depending on what I wanted to do. But I think I'll dip into my Volume 2. I just want to do something really easy. Oh, you know what? I think I'll end up using both. So I think I'm gonna start with my Divine Neutrals, and then I'm gonna dip into the Volume 2 palette. Sorry, I'm just so in my normal setup, you know, I could just leave everything everywhere. But since I'm not, I feel like I have to put things away as I'm going, so that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna put some eyeshadow primer on. I know we don't stand Too Faced, but I've been loving this Shadow Insurance. I don't know if it actually extends my eyeshadow at all, but it definitely makes it look pretty. So I'm on a deck that's I mean, obviously there's wood panels and stuff like that. So if I drop a brush, it's gonna fall straight through. So I just dropped one and it didn't. So I'm very happy about that right now. So I never noticed, obviously you're not going to see it on camera, but Chic Happens has a little bit of like glitter in it, and I never knew that. I thought it was like a matte shade, but it definitely has like a sparkle to it. You're not gonna see it. So like, of course, like in studio lighting, you're gonna see like a variation of things, but when you're out in the sun, everything's gonna happen. So I'm gonna put Chic Happens all over the lid to the brow bone just to set everything into place. And I know I'm wearing blue and I'm gonna do a neutral eye. Please keep your comments to yourself. I'm gonna take this JH33 brush and I'm going to go into Good Vibes, and I'm just going to start building my crease. So obviously this is not going to be like a tutorial on how to get this look, but if you want to follow along, follow along. So like I'm still taking I'm taking Good Vibes, and I'm just running that into my crease as like my transition shape. And I feel like being in direct sunlight really just like reads you to fill, because then you can really tell that you're not as on and popping as you think you are. Because so I'm looking in the mirror and I can just see the mountain. I'm just like looking at the mountain while I'm blending, which is just so vibey. Also, the vibes here are like amazing. The vibes are definitely it. The vibes are here. All the vibes. Okay, so I think I built that up enough. Now I'm gonna go into, Homebody, which is just like it's a darker, more like warm tone rust color. I'm gonna put that right on top of the Good Vibes color. I'm just gonna use the same brush. So then I'm just gonna take a JH30 brush, just like a really fluffy blending brush, and I'm gonna grab this G Money color. I'm gonna like blend everything out with this color, just like right on top of that. Take like a mixture of Booked and Cinnamon Roll to like really like darken up the edges. So I'm just taking that like on a fluffy brush and kind of just like focusing it on the outer edge so you could get some of this like smokiness. So I'm kind of just like going back and forth and kind of like depositing and blending the color at the same time. And then y'all know how much I love that like winged out look. So I'm gonna start dragging it out just like a little bit and up. So we should get some like smokiness like on the outer edge, something like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and repeat that on the other side. So sorry if I'm like weird angles. I'm trying to like work with the light without just like staring into the sun, because obviously that just is not it. So while I'm here, I think I'm just gonna do the lash line. So for the lower lash line, I'm gonna take this IT Cosmetics. This is the Airbrush Precision Eyeshadow in 112. So it's just like nice and flat and fluffy. So I'm gonna take Booked and Cinnamon Roll. And I'm just gonna use that to like smudge out my under eye. I really want to take this like silver shimmer shade right here. It's called Flawed in All. I don't think I've ever touched that one. I've touched everything else in this palette, but I don't think I've ever used that one. So I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna put it on this little Wet n Wild like packer brush, because I know how these like shimmers perform. I know I'm probably not gonna have to like wet it. Yeah, no, see the brush is like fully coated. But I am gonna give it just like a little spritz of Fix Plus so it doesn't like move anywhere. So yeah, that's super pretty. Of course, I'll like post pictures of it, but that looks super pretty, like just on the lid. Also, there's probably been music playing in the background this entire time, so if you're just listening to the music and vibing, then you know that's on you. Alrighty, so I have that packed on, and now I'm just gonna go back into the Divine Neutrals palette and go and re-intensify the edges just so everything is like blended together. I need like a blinding like inner corner. I'm not like feeling this one. I'm gonna take this other like domed brush. So I have my Ofra Midi face palette, and I think I'm just gonna use Rodeo Drive as like an inner corner. Yeah, that was definitely the right call for that. Well, I'm pretty much done with the eyes, so I'm just gonna keep this out, and I'm gonna bronze the face. I'm gonna do that pretty vigorously, so I'm just gonna take the JH02 brush, and I'm going to dip into both the bronzer color, kind of just start. And because more is more, I did bring my Undone bronzer as well. So I'm just gonna dip a little bit into that one, kind of just sweep on the color like that. And just put that right on top, just very like lightly. And just like sweep that. The only blush I brought was the Hoola, what is this called? The Hoola Cheekleader Bronze Squad palette, and it has Coralista and Gold Rush, so I guess that's what I'm gonna use for blush. I'm just gonna take that on my JH04 like angled brush. I mean, these like never show up on me, so it just like might be a no blush kind of day. Yeah, I'm just gonna dip into Feeling Myself and Positive. So I did dip into Feeling Myself and Positivity just to like mix those in, and then I'm kind of just taking like my hand and kind of just swirling the color in it so it's not as concentrated, and then I'm gonna put that on the face, and that'll just give me like a little flush of color. Yeah, that just gives me a little bit of color. So now I'm just gonna move on to highlight, and I did bring a couple. I brought, of course, my Jaclyn Hill, my highlighter palette, my highlighter here. Of course, y'all saw the Ofra palette has Rodeo Drive in it, and then the Undone Beauty does have this really pretty like gold highlighter in it. I think I'm gonna go in with the Jaclyn now. I'm gonna take that on my JH09 highlighting brush. Oh my god, yeah. And then the, oh yeah, you can totally see that like on camera, just like blinding. Get it in the light. Whew. Yes, love that. I love highlighter. And then just because I'm a psychopath, I'm gonna grab more bronzer and just hit right on top of that. Oh my god, I didn't contour my nose. How dare I? So I'm gonna pinch this super and then go in. I'm gonna contour, well, more like bronze, not really contour. From here, I think I'll transition to brows. And honestly, I just did my brows, so I don't want to do like too much with it. So I'm just gonna take precisely my brow pencil in the shade 6, and we're just going to make a brow. Cause like I said, I just tinted them, so there's like no need for me to go like too hard with them, because they already have like the color and the shape. So I'm kind of just gonna go over it just to kind of, you know, emphasize them a little bit more. But that's about it. That's like all I'm about to do for brows. I'm gonna take my Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter, throw a little bit of that on. Of course, I'm gonna brush them up, going up. And then let's do mascara, shall we? First, I'm gonna give my lashes a good curl. And then I brought my NARS Climax Mascara. Okay, so actually, yeah, my stopper just came out of this, so I'm not using that. Good thing I brought my Lancome Lash Idole. Yeah, this one's good. Perfect. So, RIP to that mascara. I guess let's pop a lash on, shall we? I mean, we're already here. I found these new style of Annie lashes, but I think I've worn this one already. This is Wispy Crisscross. I don't remember, I think this is called like the Monogram collection. I think I'm gonna pop these on because I've already used these. So I'm gonna take my Velour lash glue. I'm gonna put those on. Where the f isn't this sticking? Okay, so these lashes are on. I mean, that gave me a struggle, but they're on. And now the last thing we have to do is just lips. So I'm gonna grab this Beauty Creations X Morio Twins lip liner. This is in the shade Poppin'. And I'm just gonna line my lips with it. It's like such a pretty like brown nude. And now just a lipstick. So I do have, alright, so I have this LA Colors like matte liquid lipstick that I'm just going to use. It's in the shade Naked. Love. This formula is so good. This is just like $1. Like, I can't believe it. But, and then just to throw a gloss on it, I do have the Morio Twins. Oh my god, I wish you could see this like in the camera. Oh yeah, you can see like how glittery it is. But this is the Morio Twins X Beauty Creations in Only B. I'll put that right on top. Oh, that's so pretty. There's just like so much like micro glitter in here. Last thing to do is just set everything. And I'm gonna use my all-nighter setting spray. And again, I guess I'm gonna do it this way. But I have no idea if that hit me or not, but, and that's it. So this was my get ready in the mountains, and I hope you guys liked it. But I will definitely, I don't know, I'm recording some stuff and I don't know if I'm going to actually do like a vlog to it, but if I do, then of course you'll be the first ones to know. But I hope you guys like this video. I hope you subscribe, like, and share. All right. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.